Every smart home has one invisible layer holding it together, and skipping it is the reason most people's smart setups fall apart within a week. Stick around, because the 12th upgrade on this list might be the one that changes how your entire living room feels.
That invisible layer is your network, and most homes never actually fix it. They just add more gadgets on top of a shaky signal and hope for the best. The Deco 7 Pro tri-band Wi-Fi 7 system is built to be the foundation everything else in this list quietly depends on. Instead of one router straining to cover every room, this mesh system spreads next-gen Wi-Fi 7 speeds across your entire home. So a security camera in the garage, a laptop in the office, and a show streaming in 4K in the living room all run at once without competing for bandwidth. Wider channels and smarter band steering mean fewer dropped connections during video calls and virtually no lag when multiple devices demand attention at the same time. Setup takes minutes through the Deco app, and from there, it just runs quietly in the background, exactly how good infrastructure should feel. Starting from $412 for the 3-pack, it's the one upgrade on this list you'll never see, but you'll feel every single time something else in your home just works.
With a network that never drops, your morning routine gets to run just as smoothly, starting with something as simple as stepping onto a scale. The RENPHO Morphoscan Nova isn't just measuring weight, it's mapping your body. Body fat, muscle mass, visceral fat, metabolic age, and more, all captured in under 3 seconds and synced instantly to your phone. There's no manual logging, no guessing, no forgetting to check in. The data quietly builds itself into a timeline you can actually see progress in. For anyone trying to build a healthier routine without turning it into a chore, that's the real value. Fewer decisions, more consistency. The scale reads through changes in hydration and daily fluctuation with more accuracy than typical bathroom scales, so the number actually means something. It becomes less about a single reading and more about a pattern, only visible over time. At $199, it's less an appliance and more a quiet accountability partner standing in the corner of your bathroom.
That same idea of removing friction, fewer decisions, less thinking, carries straight into how a home actually feels throughout the day. Temperature is usually the thing people just tolerate, adjusting a thermostat that heats or cools an entire house for the sake of one room. The DREO tower fan and heater combo skips that compromise entirely, delivering both cooling airflow in summer and fast focused heating in winter from a single slim tower that barely takes up floor space. It reads the room's temperature and adjusts output automatically, so you're never manually nudging a dial trying to find the right setting. App control and voice compatibility mean it can already be adjusting before you've even walked into the room. It's the difference between a house that's generally comfortable and a room that's precisely comfortable, on command. Starting from $134, it solves a problem most people didn't realize they'd been quietly working around for years.
And once comfort stops requiring effort, the same expectation naturally shifts to the kitchen. The Cosori iconic stainless steel air fryer takes the guesswork out of weeknight cooking with smart presets that adjust time and temperature automatically depending on what you're making, from crisp fries to a full rotisserie-style chicken. Its larger capacity means cooking for a family doesn't mean multiple batches, and the stainless steel finish means it looks intentional sitting on a countertop instead of hidden in a cupboard. There's something satisfying about food that's genuinely crisp without a drop of oil, ready in a fraction of the time an oven would take. At $249, it's less about the gadget itself and more about getting an evening back. But the smaller upgrades are sometimes the most noticeable, and few moments matter more to a morning than the first cup of coffee. The Café specialty drip coffee maker brings cafe-level precision home, with brewing temperature and saturation calibrated specifically for specialty-grade coffee, not the flat, over-extracted cup most machines default to. A built-in bloom setting means the coffee actually tastes like what a barista would hand you without a barista involved. It's a small ritual, but a ritual that either starts your day rushed or starts it right.
Starting at $199, it's the upgrade you'll notice before you've even fully woken up.
What makes modern tech interesting isn't just power, it's how seamlessly it fits into everyday life. And nowhere is that more obvious than at the kitchen sink. The Delta Essa touchless kitchen faucet turns on with a simple wave, which sounds minor until you're mid-recipe with raw chicken on your hands or covered in dish soap and suddenly don't need to touch a single handle. Beyond the hands-free convenience, it includes touch activation as a backup, a pull-down spray head with multiple functions, and a finish that resists fingerprints and water spots far better than standard chrome. It's the kind of upgrade that quietly reduces mess, cross-contamination, and the small daily frustration of turning a faucet on and off a dozen times while cooking. Once you've used a touchless faucet, going back to the old way feels like a step backward. Starting from $280, it's a fixture upgrade that pays for itself in convenience alone.
That same idea of removing daily friction extends beyond people, too. For anyone sharing their home with a pet, the petlibro Dockstream 2 is a smart water fountain that keeps water circulating and filtered continuously, encouraging pets to drink more while eliminating the daily task of refilling and scrubbing a bowl. Its capacity lasts for days, the pump runs near silently, and an app tracks water levels, so there's never a surprise empty dish. For pet owners, it's less a gadget and more peace of mind, knowing your pet always has access to clean water, even on the busiest days. At $89, it's a small upgrade that solves a problem you're reminded of every single day. And if convenience can extend to how your pet eats, it makes sense that it extends to how you eat too. The LETPOT hydroponics growing system lets you grow fresh herbs, lettuce, and vegetables indoors year-round, with no soil, no gardening experience, and almost no maintenance required. Built-in LED grow lights simulate natural sunlight on a schedule, an automated pump handles watering and nutrient dosing, and a companion app tracks growth progress and lets you know exactly when to harvest. What used to require a backyard, a green thumb, and a lot of patience now fits on a kitchen counter and runs almost entirely on its own. There's a quiet satisfaction in snipping fresh basil for dinner that never touched a truck, a warehouse, or a plastic bag, and in watching something grow in a home that otherwise runs almost entirely on convenience. Starting at $97, it's proof that self-sufficiency doesn't have to mean extra effort. It just has to mean the right system doing the work for you.
That same idea, technology quietly doing the work you'd rather not think about, shows up again in one of the most overlooked corners of the kitchen. The Airdeer automatic trash can opens and reseals itself with a wave of your hand, using motion sensors that mean you never touch a lid with dirty or full hands again. It also self-seals and changes bags automatically, so one of the most avoided chores in the entire kitchen quietly disappears from your to-do list. It's not flashy, but it's the kind of upgrade you only fully appreciate once it's already in your home. Starting from $129, it turns a small daily annoyance into something you genuinely stop thinking about. As convenience spreads through the smaller corners of a home, it eventually reaches the spaces people walk through without a second thought, like the stairs. This motion-triggered LED stair lighting kit lights each step automatically as you approach, then fades off once you've passed, using built-in motion sensors and a soft ambient glow that makes any staircase feel like it belongs in a much more modern home. Beyond the atmosphere it creates, it solves a genuinely practical problem: navigating stairs safely in the dark without fumbling for a switch. It's inexpensive, takes under an hour to install, and instantly changes how a hallway or staircase feels at night. At $259, it's a small upgrade with a surprisingly large visual impact. And this is where things start feeling even more futuristic. The ECOVACS WINBOT W3 Omni is a fully automated window cleaning robot that sticks to glass using suction, then washes, scrubs, and squeegees windows completely on its own, including multi-story or hard-to-reach windows most people simply avoid cleaning altogether. It maps the window's edges to avoid falling off, uses a 2-tank system to keep clean and dirty water separate, and can be scheduled through an app so windows stay spotless without ever becoming a weekend chore. For anyone who's ever put off cleaning windows for months because of how tedious it is, this removes the excuse entirely. It's the kind of product that feels almost unnecessary until you watch it work, and then feels essential immediately after. Starting from $594, it's one of the more expensive upgrades on this list, but it replaces a chore most people were quietly avoiding altogether.
But the smaller upgrades are what set the stage. And this last one is where the entire home comes together. The Livtab smart coffee table is less a piece of furniture and more a centerpiece for the room. With a built-in fridge compartment for keeping drinks cold, a Bluetooth speaker system built directly into the frame, LED ambient lighting that shifts to match the mood of the room, and wireless charging built into the surface itself. It's the kind of table that turns a living room into a genuine hangout space without a single visible cord or extra gadget cluttering the surface. Guests notice it immediately, not because it's flashy, but because everything it does feels like it was designed to disappear into the moment rather than distract from it. It's the natural final upgrade on this list. After the network, the routines, the kitchen, and every quiet convenience along the way, this is where it all shows up in one piece of furniture, built for the room where life actually happens. Starting from $699, it's less an upgrade to a room and more an upgrade to how that room gets used.
None of these upgrades were really about the technology itself. They were about how much smoother, calmer, and more effortless a home can feel when the right pieces are quietly working in the background. That's the actual shift happening in homes right now. Smart tech stopping being a novelty and starting to just be how a well-run home operates. If this gave you a few ideas for your own space, there's a lot more where this came from. Subscribe and keep upgrading one quiet convenience at a time. Links to every single product on this list are waiting for you in the description below.